Hello everyone. This video is going to be kind of weird for me because it's been a long time since I've done a product review. But while I was out at Proline, I spent some money with the guys at Robskii Fabrication, and they make SCX24 chassis. And this one's really cool. There's a whole background reason of why I picked this up for this little guy. Part of it involves this piece of plastic right here, but we'll get into that. But I just want to go over what this is, what I got, and how awesome these guys are. Because I have their website pulled up right now, and what's in this box is the chassis, which is this bent piece of metal right here, and a set of links, high clearance links for selected wheelbases for $80. And there's actually extra goodies in here that we'll get into that are included in this little chassis kit box. At Proline there was a sale going on. I got this 3D printed work tray and a bottle opener for essentially the same price as the chassis kit. So buy the chassis kit, get this free, was what the deal was out at Proline. For what you get for $80 right here, still worth it in my opinion. But this just sent it over the top for me. And it also kind of made me feel bad about my own 3D printed projects, that I need to step up my game. Let's crack into this bad boy. What's in the box? We have the chassis itself. It looks super sweet. We then have a full set of high clearance links, is labeled front and rear. No clue if that's showing up on video. And my favorite part are these little magnetic body mounts. They come with the kit. They are included at the $80 price. And that's awesome. That's amazing. And there's even more. There's bits of Velcro, and I'm not a big 24 scale guy, but if I had to guess, this is for your battery. You even get some zip tie. A man after my heart included some stickers. It's important. It's key. Gotta have the sticker. So let me clean this up a little bit. I'll actually tear into this kit. See how well done this is. Okay, that's what makes sense to me. Okay, kind of set out how it would be in the truck. Your uppers and your lowers all laid out really nice. This is nice within itself. This is making me feel bad about myself. Let's throw my 0.5 driver in the drill. Start taking stuff apart. Actually, getting ahead of myself. Let's take the wheels and tires off. And because there's a little 3D printed tray, I can put these wheel nuts in that top corner spot. Let's just start pulling stuff off. This is how well thought out everything is. Each pocket for the screw on center skid is the screw length that it is. Like, I have to step my game up. I just feel way outclassed here. I need to rework this. If you disconnect your motor wire and your servo lead, you will be left with the stock chassis rails, ESC, and battery tray. I don't think any of this is going to get reused. So we'll set that over there. And what I want to work on now, getting the screws for the lower links undone. I'd like to work just on the front. So let me put that screw back in. So now we have just the front. We're going to take the upper link off. I am absolutely loving how well laid out this little tray is. That's blowing me away. This will be your front lower, and does it go that way or that way? I'm gonna go with this way, because that's generally how high clearance links work. Your bend goes towards the axle. But that's the funny thing. I've seen it done both ways. Okay. This is the question mark. I have this, but I have these two. So what I'm guessing, put one of these screws on each side, because that's what I'm gonna do. I just need to find another screw long enough for the other side. There is that. So now we're going to take apart the rear end. There are probably quite a few people yelling at their screen right now about how dumb I am putting that front end together, but I will state again, I'm not a 24 scale guy, so part of this is Chinese to me. Everything is going together extremely straightforward. Your lowers will be your longer links, your uppers will be shorter. I believe that's how it generally goes. That's our last axle screw. So I believe we can start putting all this into the chassis. So I'm going to take my stock skid and everything, and the shorter drive shaft is going to go to the front. 3 sets of holes on each side. There are little chassis locators, little nubs right here. They will go to the innermost holes. I will then take my front axle and put the upper links where they go, and then take, I believe it is these screws. Almost took the lower link screw for a little bit. And you'll put that in the innermost hole, or the outermost hole, and put it right behind it. There we go. And then we can take this long screw here and put that in the bottom of the skid for the lower link. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure to locate your drive shaft back in place, otherwise it probably won't like going back together too well. Ooh, that's a satisfying snap too. Snaps into place in the stock skid. I didn't even think about that. Am I breaking a rule by working on one of these with a drill? I mean, I'm on the lowest clutch setting. I hope I'm not breaking any rules. It's too late now. I'm halfway through the damn thing anyway. And that's the front end. You just need to put your shocks, which I want to pick a decent medium. Put it on the second hole from the bottom. We're going to put it in the bottom. I can always adjust the shocks after the fact. And there's the front end, drive shaft and all. So I'll do the rear end and bring you back when that's all done. Sweet. We now have an SCX24 with a custom chassis. And according to the box, wherever I put that, I believe this is a 145 millimeter chassis. So that's what the wheelbase is going to be. And that is a little bit longer than stock, so you will notice for me that the drive shafts aren't reaching. But that's no biggie, because stock in the box, it comes with replacement drive shafts to fix that issue, if you're doing this stock for stock. So the reason I was sold on this so much, that's gonna look a little goofy, but we can peel out the sides a little bit and shove her down on there. I wanted to get this Polaris body working. Where did that piece of plastic go? Did the bench eat it? No, it didn't. I wanted to get an interior into this Polaris body, and this repackaged everything. This chassis looked like it repackaged everything so that I could use this interior. But it's looking like these sides aren't playing nice with the sliders. But worry not, there is an upside. Robskii hasn't made an amazing enough kit to sell you on all of this. On his website, there is a UTV looking cage that he offers for free. And download the file and print it out yourself. So if all else fails, I can just print out his cage and try to graft this razor interior into it. Now, my closing thoughts on this chassis, before I purchased it, just seeing it on a bench and visualizing what I wanted to do with my project, it was well worth the money. Now that I've actually put it together, I really don't know your first or last name, but Robskii, I believe, is undercharging for what you get. This is a hell of a kit for what you get, and I haven't even drove it yet. This is going to be probably a long, drawn-out project, because I can't put a wheel on an SCX24. This is going to be a long, drawn-out project. I, of course, have to get an upgraded servo. I want to get better ESC than this big honking thing right here. I got to get the remote for it then, packaging everything in there. Oh, also, I got to get one of those cool tie rods that have all the bearings on it, like all the cool kids have. I believe I've seen that somewhere. So yeah, this will be a big, long, drawn-out project, but this is the big first step I was wanting to take with it, and I'm extremely happy I did. This is another level. So, the Robskii Fabrication SCX24 chassis kit with links, definitely Underdog approved. I will try my best to leave his website, his Instagram, and all the other goodies for social media in the description. I hope you enjoyed this build along and found it informative, and I will see everyone in the next video.